for the East Coast folks. I know we have like a worldwide audience, which is really cool. I was just looking at the Citizen map a minute ago, and holy crappies, man, this is huge. So big congratulations to Natanya and Stephanie for putting together another badass event. It is a labor of love, I know. It's an honor to be here with you guys. I'm Heather Parady. I have 19 minutes now, 19 minutes to share with you a huge topic that I'm very, very passionate about, which is showing up in a digital landscape more human, more lit up, more alive, especially those of you who have a message on your heart that was placed there. I believe by God, whatever you want to call it, there's some kind of calling on your life, and it stirs you and it moves you for a reason. It's not there to torture you. Believe it or not, sometimes it feels like a little bit because you have this thing that you're very, very passionate about, whether it's your art or your business or the nonprofit that you want to start. And man, those suckers, it won't leave you alone, will it? Sometimes it keeps you up at night. And there's so many different avenues and different things that you can do. And a lot of times people get stuck in the dreaming phase and the what if phase and the wishing phase because of overwhelm and honestly, fear, a lot of fear. Who am I to use my voice? Who am I to start a conference? Who am I to have the audacity to believe that I, little old me, I'm country, y'all, you don't even know, little old me can make any kind of impact in this world? Is there space for me? Is there room for me? There's so many other people who are doing what I want to do, so many other artists, so many other storytellers, so many other conference leaders. Is there a need for me? Now, I know there's a ton of folks coming in who are going to share some really powerful stories. I'll give you a lot of motivation, a lot of empowerment. What I wanted to do in now our 17 minutes together, I'm keeping an eye on it, leaders, y'all, I'm watching, is I wanted to give you some very tactical things that you can do today that will move you forward in your digital presence, in your digital identity, and the thing that you're wanting to start. And I can speak with conviction and confidence about this topic, not only because have I done it myself, and I'm currently wading through the water myself. I am a practitioner, but also in my business, this is what I do is I work with folks, not just women, I work with men and women to bring digital products online. And there are 4 things that have come up time and time again working with women specifically. And they're going to make you uncomfortable. And it's going to get your feathers all ruffled. And I don't know, you might need to go get some coffee and get a Snuggie blanket because what I'm about to tell you, it ain't easy to hear. All right. Number 1, this comes up over and over and over and over and over again. This is specifically with women. I work with men and women. Women, this comes up. We're very passionate. We have a lot that we're here to give this world. And so our tendency is to want to throw up everything, right? And give it all and feel this pressure to express all of our passion in one go. Well, I this and this and this and this and this. I wrote here, go narrow so that you can go wide. Go narrow so that you can go wide. And friend, it hurts my heart just saying it because I have so many dreams, so many things that I want to do. It's embarrassing. It's humiliating. If you read my journal, you'd be like, who the F do you think you are, girlfriend? I have so much that I want to do, but I have seen through some successes online and through some failures online, a lot more failures, a lot, that the times that I have chose to go narrow over going wide, I've been able to push the ball forward way faster. Now, tactically, what this looks like is it means narrowing in on one particular thing just for now, and going hard on it. What happens is when you can do that, you build traction to be able to launch other ideas out there. You don't have to do everything at once. You shouldn't do everything at once. You can't do everything at once. Pick the thing closest to you right now and understand and believe that all those other things, all those other ideas, all those other passions, you're not saying no to them. They're on the sideline and they will come in when it is their time. All right. I put here that it's an insecurity of ours to want to do everything all at once. I was just on a call with a brilliant woman yesterday. And she was sharing that she feels like she needs to give and add more to her service and her product and so forth, because she's afraid people aren't getting value from her or she's not giving enough. And I'm like, girlfriend, what's happening is you're acting from a place of fear and insecurity that what you're bringing to the table isn't enough. So you overwhelm people with so many things. So that we have to call it out for what it is. It's an insecurity that we have to do everything at once. There was a woman I interviewed named Nikki Saunders. Look her up, badass, just a complete badass. And she said on our interview that we don't need to think all about what we want to be known for. That's big. Think about what you can be trusted with right now. I want to be known for this and this and this and this. What can you be trusted with right now? All right. What is in your hand right now? Sorry, I'm looking at my notes because I can't remember what I was going to say. Lord Jesus, I got 13 minutes. I got to keep moving. Go narrow so that you can go wide. All right. So you got this audacious dream. What is the narrow part of that right now that you could focus on and execute on? Okay. I know that's not fun and it's not the sexy thing to do, but if you want traction, that is the answer. I'm sorry. All right. Number 2, women specifically. Again, I help folks bring their digital stuff or bring their work and make it digital. This comes up for women specifically over and over and over again. But I don't want people to think I'm calling myself an expert. I'm not an expert. I'm just little old lowly me, I'm a servant. I'm a servant to everybody. Okay, cool. I'm sure you are. That's not serving anyone. All right. This fear of calling yourself an expert, we just had to go through, I'm just giving you some examples because it's true. You could tell me I'm passionate because I'm getting more Southern. Going through a woman's website the other day, she wanted us to remove everything that said expert on it or expertise. She wanted to remove those words. And I understand and I respect that you want to not present yourself at a level that you're not from a knowledge perspective or an ability perspective. But also, I'm so sick of working with women who are afraid to step into what they know. Okay. Men don't have a problem with that. They're like, when they need to sit down, you know what I mean? Like they probably need to be questioning their expertise, but they don't mind. They don't mind because they understand the position of power when you can speak and say, I am good at this. I know what I'm talking about. Doesn't mean you're perfect, right? So I'm not saying you need to call yourself an expert by any means, but understand this deep fear of not stepping into your expertise. And here's a very tactical way that you can do this. Okay. I'm not saying for you to go on your website and like, I'm an expert at watercolor and you just started yesterday. I'm not saying that. What you can do is speak your story and speak with conviction on it. That's all you have to do. I was working with a lady a couple of weeks ago. Gosh, I should have done that breathing thing again. I'm getting hyper. Whew. Get grounded, girl. Get grounded. All right. I was speaking with a woman the other day, and she worked in women's health, specifically fertility. And she was getting this imposter syndrome of like, I'm not an expert in this space. I don't have degrees and I don't have all this stuff. But she lived through it and she was able to see a lot of results from the thing that she was teaching. And I said, friend, no one is asking you to call yourself a doctor. No one is asking you to call yourself you to do that. What they're asking is for your story and for some conviction that what you're saying is true if it's true. How much money are you saving people by sharing your experience? How much time are you saving people? right? How much heartache from them having to go research all this stuff because you've lived through it and you walked through it. And all you're doing is sharing what happened to you. And from that grounded, convicted place, people are drawn to that. And this is something, as women, historically, generalized statement, has been a little bit more of a difficult thing that I've seen in my experience for women to step into. A conviction that you know what you've walked through. And I can tell you about that, right? All right, so number one, go narrow so you can go wide. All right, all these ideas you have are great. Pick one and go in deep. Go in deep. Two, you don't have to be a doctor, but don't be afraid that you're an expert in your own story, your own conviction, and you can speak from a very grounded place and a strong place from that, okay? Number three, y'all know I got to do this one. Anybody who rolls in my circle already knows what this one is. Launch messy. Stephanie and Natanya are in the back, and they're probably like, praise of Jesus. Launch messy. Launch messy. There is no way that you're going to figure out what your art is, what your business is, what your platform is, without first, through trial and error, figuring out what it's not. And that only comes through putting it out there, playing with it, and letting it show you what it is. We get in our ego and we think, oh, I'm creating this. This is all me. No, that thing's a living entity and it's going to work with you, but it wants to be respected, right? And taken care of. I know this sounds weird and woo. I usually have the book with me right here. It's called Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert. Game changing, absolutely game changing. But the idea that our ideas are calling our living entities, and if we don't do something with it, it'll move on to somebody else. I have a friend who's convinced he came up with the Uber idea. He's like, I came up with that idea. I'm like, no, you didn't. He's like, yes, I did. Well, you didn't do nothing with it, right? Launch messy. This is kind of a bold statement, but I'm willing to make it, and I'm willing to stand by it, is that this need to perfect is extremely selfish. Extremely. It is all about you. It is about your ego. It's about how people perceive you. And friend, that's not coming from a place of judgment. It's coming from a place of deep empathy because I've been there. I want to control what people think about me because I want you to like me. I want you to think that I know what I'm talking about. I want you to like my freaking reel. You know what I mean? I want to control your perception of me. So I'm going to hyper focus on stuff and nitpick it and put out less, right? That's what we do. This fixation on perfectionism is all about you. It's insanely selfish, right? People are not paying attention to you at all. Like, if y'all get into marketing, you'll know this is true. It's hard to get people's attention. You can wave your cute little flag 247 and people are like, what? Huh? What? Nobody's paying attention. They're so distracted that you can put out work messy and imperfect, and nobody cares. And if they do care, they're bored AF, okay? They need to get a freaking life. Nobody is paying attention. You can launch messy, all right? I need to move on along because now I got 6 minutes. So what have we talked about so far? This is tactical things I've seen come up over and over and over again with women who have big hearts, big ideas, a big calling on their life. And these are the things, I swear to God, the conversations I have on a weekly basis over and over and over again with these women about the resistance that keeps them from putting their work out there. Go narrow. I'm going to say it again. Go narrow on your idea. I already forgot the second one. Lean into your story. Own what you know. Launch messy. Here's the last one. Are you ready? I'm circling it. Go more human and speak to core wounds. All right, I got 5 minutes, so this is going to be heavy AF, but I don't care. We have a gift, an intuitive healing gift. Now, I have very, what they call masculine energy. I'm very type A. I'm very driven. I'm very organized. And I get offended when people start telling me that I'm a feeler and I have this next. I'm like, what is that supposed to mean, Paul? Because I just had therapy yesterday. And my therapist said, when did you learn that feeling didn't mean that you were strong? And I've had this narrative in my head for years, and I'm 37 and I'm trying to break it, that my intuitive nature, that my DNA, that my stance, my presence in this world as a woman is not weakness, that it is a power that we have to start leaning into. Because when I think about being audacious and being equal to men and having the seat at the table and all this stuff, my tendency, and I'm telling on myself, friend, my tendency is to think I need to emulate, mimic the energy of men versus embrace and embody the energy of a woman. And part of that is the part of it, not all of it, part of it is the ability to speak to core wounds of people directly. We can get to the heart of a matter like no one else. We can see things, we can feel things, and we can speak things. So with your art, with your music, with your business, with your conference, with your book, with whatever you're doing, what is the underlying thing that no one is saying that you have been uniquely positioned in this world to say and to speak? We don't need to run from it, hide, be bashful. And friend, I love technology. I love these tools, but nothing is going to take the place of your physical voice, your physical, beautiful face, and your physical energy, right? I'm not sure in 10 years that any of us will ever meet, like physically. I'm sure at some point this will be the norm. That's cool, right? We will always need to see your eyeballs and hear your voice and feel that human. And women, a lot of times we want to hide from cameras. It's funny because we do a lot of building out of things for folks. When I ask a man for his photo, I immediately get an email back. I'm still waiting. I've been waiting for weeks for some of my female clients to send me their photo to make a quick video. Now that sounds crazy to some of us in this room because we're creators and we're makers, right? That's a reality for a lot of women. We need to see your face, hear your voice. All right. So I know I'm out of time here. I just want to encourage you that there is a reason that something is poking at you, poking at your heart. It's a calling on your life. You have every right to pursue it with full abandonment. Please learn from my mistakes. Go narrow at the beginning. Step into your expertise. Launch messy and boldly speak to the underlying core human need in this world, because you as a woman have been uniquely positioned to speak to that. Love you. Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you, Natanya. Y'all are badasses. And I'm going to roll on out of here. I don't know how to get out of here, but I'm going to try. Maybe I just take my camera off and I leave. I hope this worked because I was just talking to myself all day. I had a good time. That's it, y'all. Bye.